Welcome back, reception. I hope you had a brilliant half term and it's so nice to see some of your faces in school. Now, this week in English, we're going to be looking at space descriptions. So our lesson focus is that we're going to be writing a descriptive letter about a space adventure, and we're going to be including some facts that we learnt last week with Miss Batten. So our learning objective is to be able to write a descriptive and factual letter. And our success criteria is that we will be able to use adjectives to describe space. We will also write a fact in our letters. And we will even be able to use finger spaces, capital letters and full stops. Now last week I know that Miss Batten asked you to find lots of different facts about space. So just for a minute you might want to pause the video, have a think and maybe discuss with someone what facts you found out. So to start off our learning this week, we're going to be reading a story and it is called Back to Earth with a Bump. Now I wonder what this story could be about. Maybe you can spot some clues on the picture. Have a little think what you think this story is going to be about and tell someone what you think's going to happen. Now you might want to pause this video now so that you can find the link to the story. Make sure that your ears are listening and you're being nice and quiet, and enjoy. Wasn't that a really good story? Now I've got some questions for us to just have a think about. Maybe you want to talk about them out loud with somebody. So the first question is, what did you like about the book? And the next one, can you tell me what happened in the story? And the last question is, did it tell us anything about space? Okay, I'm going to read those questions one more time, and then again you might want to pause the video so that you've got time to answer them. So it's, what did you like about the book? Can you tell me what happened in the story? And did it tell us anything about space? Now we're not going to write our letter right away, we're going to have some practice and some help before we start. So today's task is a nice task. We're going to draw a picture to summarise the book. Now this word summarise, it just means to show us what happened in the whole story. Okay, so you don't need to draw lots of different pictures, just one picture to tell us what happened overall. And then once you've drawn your lovely picture, you're then going to label it. So you might label the rocket, you might label the fire, you might label some of the planets if you know them. And the challenge for this task is that you could write a few sentences about what happens in the story. So maybe you do want to do several different pictures and write a quick sentence to tell us what is happening at that point. Now at the bottom here I've just put our reminders for when we're doing our sentence writing. Remember, we always start with a capital letter, we have to use our finger spaces between each word, and at the end of a sentence we have to use a full stop. Now this last one says to read it again, but if we're finding this a little bit tricky, we can always ask an adult for some help. Now let's just reflect on our learning from today. So our learning objective for the week is to be able to write a descriptive and factual letter. So today's lesson is just the starting point. We're just building up to get to this letter writing. And our success criteria is that we can use adjectives to describe space, and we'll be looking at that tomorrow, but maybe you've had a go in that in your drawing today. We will also have a look at writing a fact in our letters, and hopefully you can remember your facts from last week. And we will even be using finger spaces, capital letters and full stops, which some of you might have had a go at today if you did the challenge.